Did you know some of English's most powerful words are surprisingly short? Words like bane, rue, and vex, tiny but powerful enough to end difficult conversations, stir emotions, or stop critics. Today, we're breaking down 15 bite-sized advanced words that pack a punch. Let's start with a challenge. Listen to this. After years of honing his craft, the writer faced the bane of his career, a moot argument about his work, rife with ire. Did he rue the day he vowed to ignore the critics, or did their vexing opinions finally wane? Confused? Don't worry, by the end you'll decode this like a pro. I'm Claire, and if you're ready to master advanced English with tiny words, keep watching, and over the next few minutes you'll learn 15 words to boost your English level. Before we start, you can grab your free PDF of today's lesson, linked below. It's packed with definitions, examples, and the phonetic script of these words. So you might ask, why should I focus on short words? Well, there is a reason. The problem with short words is that they're easy to miss when you're listening or even when you're reading. They can slip into essays, debates, or even casual chats, and you may not notice them. But the biggest thing is that these small words can have that massive impact on conversation. So if we miss them, they can really affect your overall understanding of the situation and the comprehension. So let's get into it. The first powerful but short word is moot. Be careful, I said moot and not moo. The T is important to pronounce. Moot. Moot is an adjective. It means not important or not relevant, so it's not worth talking about. It's a great way to shut down pointless arguments. Let's look at some examples. Arguing about the deadline is moot because the project has already been submitted. Or debating which textbook to use is a moot point. The course can't be changed. So, in short, we use moot to dismiss or shut down irrelevant discussions or ideas. Something that isn't moot is our second word. Our second word is vex. It's pronounced vex. Vex is a verb. It means to cause difficulty or to cause someone to feel really annoyed. You can use it when frustration continues for a while. Let's look at some examples. The maths problem vexed even the professor. They couldn't solve it. Or, his attitude is going to vex the bosses. In summary, if you want to say something that is really going to anger or annoy you for a long period of time, vex is the perfect verb to use. Let's look at our third word, bane. It's pronounced bane, like pain, but with a B. Bane. Bane is a noun, and it means something that causes continuous trouble, unhappiness, or worry. Examples? Let's take a look. Forgetfulness is the bane of my productivity. Or, mosquitoes are the bane of summer picnics. We use bane as a strong way of saying something is making you very unhappy or creating problems for you. Next up is rue. Pronunciation, rue. Rue is a verb, and it means to feel really sorry about an event. You feel so bad about the event, you actually wish it had not happened. You can often hear it as part of the phrase, you'll rue the day. Let's look at some examples. She'll rue skipping practice when she loses the match. Or, I rue the day I agreed to this chaotic project. So, if you really regret something, you can use the verb rue to perfectly express this feeling. Word number 5, wane. We pronounce it wane. Be extra careful with that W sound. Make sure it is not an R sound or it will sound like the word rain. Wane. Wane is a verb. It means to become weaker in strength or influence. You can also use it to describe a slow decline over time. Here are 2 examples of how to use it. Her enthusiasm for the job began to wane after years of overtime. Or, the popularity of the TV program waned over time. People stopped liking it. In short, wane means for something to slowly lessen or weaken over a period of time. Our next tiny word is a great one, rife. We pronounce this as rife. This can be difficult to say, so an easy way to know how to say it is to remember that it rhymes or has a similar sound as the word life. Rife. Rife is an adjective. We use rife to describe something that is bad or unpleasant, but is very common or happens a lot in many places. Examples? The city is rife with issues. Traffic congestion, lack of green spaces, etc. Or, errors were rife in the report, forcing the team to redo the entire document. So, when something is very common, but in a negative way, rife is a short word that you can use to represent this idea completely. Next up is another word that can be a little tricky, hone. We really have to make sure to pronounce the H. Hone. Hone is a verb. Now, its original meaning is to make an object sharp, for example, a knife. But most of the time, we use it to mean something quite different. It means to make something better or completely suitable for its purpose. Sort of like sharpening your skills. Look at these examples and see if you can understand what hone is all about. She hones her writing skills by practicing every day. Or, he honed his negotiation skills through years of business experience. In these examples, hone means perfecting a skill through a lot of effort. So if you hone your skills, you improve them or sharpen them, if we go back to our original meaning, by working really hard on getting better. I'm sure you all honed your English skills by watching these videos, I hope. We are almost halfway through, so let's get on to the next word. The next word is lurk. Pronunciation, lurk. Lurk is a verb, and it means to wait or move in a secret way so that you cannot be seen. There is an added meaning that if you lurk, you are also probably going to do something wrong, but this is not always the case. So you really need to watch out if you hear or see this verb being used. Let's look at some examples so that you will have a better idea of how it's used and when to use it. Animals lurk in the forest after dark. Or, I hate swimming in the ocean because anything could be lurking under the water. See how lurk has this kind of meaning of waiting secretly with a hint of danger or something negative that could happen. Yeah, pretty creepy. That's what makes it a powerful verb to use. Let's move on to the next word, the word lush. Pronunciation, lush. Lush is an adjective. It means something that is full of life, like plants or trees. However, it can be used in a slightly different way. Sometimes we use it to describe luxurious things. Take a look at the next 2 examples and try to decide which one describes something full of life and which one describes something luxurious. The resort's lush gardens amazed the guests. Or, her lush hair became her signature look. Got it? The first is to describe the gardens and plants that are full of life in the resort. And the second is to describe her luxurious hair. All right, let's go on. Word number 10, lore. Pronunciation, lore. Lore is a noun. It means traditional knowledge, myths, or stories. There is also a more modern meaning when people talk about the lore of a TV show or video game. In this case, it means all the small stories and interesting facts that extend to the world of the characters and of the story. Some examples of each meaning, let's take a look. According to local lore, there is buried treasure somewhere in this village. Or, it's not in the video game, but it's part of the lore. You can see that in the first example, we are describing the traditional stories of the village. And in the second example, we are talking about the expanded story of the video game. The next word is one of my favorites, gist. The pronunciation really involves making the G sound, gist. Gist is a noun, and it means the main idea or important information about something, but without all the specific details. So for instance, if we say, I got the gist of her speech in the meeting, it means that I understood the main ideas or the important information, but I did not get all the specific information. Or you could say, give me the gist, I don't have time for the full story. Here, I don't want the specific information or details, just the main points or the most important information. This is a great way to ask for a summary of information in any situation. Here's a less common word you may hear when people talk about being creative or about having a deep thought, muse. Pronounce like muse, muse. Muse can be a verb or a noun. If it's a noun, we use muse to talk about a source of inspiration. Here's an example. Nature is her muse for painting landscapes. But if we use it as a verb, it has a completely different meaning. To muse is to think about something carefully and for a long time. He mused about quitting his job for hours. Two super powerful ways to use this word. Now let's talk about being very calm and focused. We can use the word zen to describe these things. Zen is an adjective. It means peaceful, calm, and completely focused. For example, she stayed zen during the airport chaos. Or, his zen attitude made him immune to office drama. In short, you can use zen to describe being very calm and focused in a whole range of situations. Let's look at another powerful but very small word. This one can be tricky to pronounce. Do you want to try it first? The word is pronounced ire. Ire. It's like fire without the F. Ire. Ire is a noun. Its meaning is the same as anger. Look at these examples. The decision sparked public ire. Or, his laziness caused his boss's ire. So ire can be a great word to use when being angry isn't enough. Finally, we are at our last word. It's a super powerful one to finish with. Vow. Pronounce it like vow, rhyming with wow. Vow is a noun or a verb. It means a very serious promise or commitment. Here are some examples. They vowed to never speak again after the fight. Or, their wedding vows brought tears to everyone's eyes. So, If you want to add an extra level of seriousness to a promise, you can turn it into a vow. And that's it. 15 short but powerful words that you can start using right away. Before we finish, let's revisit our challenge that we had at the start of the video. After years of honing his craft, the writer faced the bane of his career, a moot argument about his work, rife with ire. Did he rue the day he vowed to ignore the critics, or did their vexing opinions finally wane? What does it mean? Drop your answers in the comments. You should be able to answer this now with all 15 words. Don't forget, your free PDF is linked in the description below. It's a great way to revise today's vocabulary. Master these words and you'll be able to speak with an extra level of power. Also, if you liked the video, please hit the like video and click subscribe so you can see next week's video as well. I've been Claire, and I'll see you next time.